if you're getting $3-4 million here, like the kid from USC. Oh, he chose USC over Pittsburgh. No, he didn't. No, he did not. The dude is making more money than Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
But guess what? You're behind the 8 ball. No one's coming here. No one's coming here. Tuck coming. This guy coming. Everyone is coming except you, Jim.
Guys, I wanted to mention because when I was gone last week, I saw so much talk about Dante Moore choosing Oregon over Michigan. He was in studio with us. Just looks like the young man has everything you could possibly want in a quarterback, in a leader, committed to play for Oregon. A couple of things about this. Now, the first thing is about Michigan's recruiting class. It is no secret that it is less than
stellar.
Thank you, for lack of a better way to say it. Less than stellar. I will say
it's not transactional.
I'm going to put the brakes on it a little bit because I cannot tell you how many times Michigan has had great recruiting classes, ranked in the top 10, always second in the Big Ten behind Ohio State. This 5-star guy, that 5-star guy, and it equated to diddly poo on the field.
Right.
Squat. So, and then conversely, I can't tell you how many times Michigan State has had crappy recruiting classes. Oh, this guy's a 2-star guy from somewhere. This guy's a 3-star guy from wherever. And the only thing they went on to do is win like 3 Big Ten championships with guys like that. So I think we all need to pump the brakes a little bit on it.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think people need to look at. I think it's the timing too, Ryan. It's not just that they don't have as good of a recruiting class as other colleges. It's more just the timing with the NIL. And another thing with Dante Moore choosing Oregon over Michigan, a lot of that has to do with Oregon's head coach. I think another thing that's very underrated. Dan Lenning, a former associate coach at Georgia, he has playoff experience. He's 36 years old, so I think there was that younger coach with a young quarterback coming in, that connection. And listen, if I'm a 5-star quarterback, and I'm choosing between Michigan or Oregon in today's day and age with how the NIL works. I have Oregon who has, connections to Nike. If I look at both schools, I look at how Michigan's handling J.J. McCarthy, and I see at Oregon that Justin Herbert just went 6th overall a couple years ago. That's just more intriguing to me. So I get why he would choose Oregon, but again, I think for Michigan fans it is disappointing. A guy that was in Michigan, in your own backyard. But again, some guys they want to go elsewhere. They don't want to stay at their own state. So good for Dante Moore, man. It's a good move, I think.
It was great to have the kid in on Friday. Braylon went out to get him. He was in for SMA. Sean Jordan got to interview him. Great podcast, by the way. Check it out on Woodward Sports. The kid is a solid kid.
Yeah.
For Jim Harbaugh and Michigan to let him get out of town, I don't think it's good. Now, the kid might have wanted to leave Michigan. Great. Oregon's beautiful. Braylon described it as 1968 in a bubble. And then you drop this gorgeous place in Eugene, Oregon, this multi-million-dollar establishment, and these kids get to go play football there. And guess what? Phil Knight is the man, and you got 75 uniforms to pick from. Oh, what helmet you going to wear today? Oh, what color shoe you going to wear today? Oh, I can wear those gloves? Oh, it's great to go play at Oregon. Don't get me wrong. It's also great to put on that winged helmet and go out and play in Ann Arbor in front of your home, in front of your family. And for Jim Harbaugh and the people at Michigan to keep giving this crap about this is not a transactional school. Well, guess what? You're not going to win the Big Ten anymore. You're not going to win the national championship anymore. I hope you enjoyed your run last year. Maybe you'll make one more run this year. But guess what? You're behind the 8 ball. Wake up. No one's coming here. No one's coming here. Tuck coming. This guy coming. Everyone is coming except you, Jim.
How do you feel, Ryan?
Okay? You can cut that tape, too, guys in the back.
Bullshit. And I mean that in all sincerity.
Go ahead.
Because I can't tell why is Tuck off the hook here for letting him get out of state?
I didn't say Tuck. I'm not talking about it.
No, but you said Tuck coming.
No.
So I'm saying
no. That's because Spencer yelled it. I'm saying everyone else is coming but us.
Jim Harbaugh.
There's another one. Take that one.
Jim Harbaugh let Dante Moore get out of the state. What about Mel Tucker?
I don't care about him.
He let him get out of the state, too.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I think this is all, and again, we have no idea what's inside the kid's heart, why he chose Oregon over Michigan, whether he wanted to leave the state of Michigan or not. Only he and his family can decide that.
Right.
And if that's what he wanted to do, that's great. But I do think now in today's day and age, and again, I saw all of the reports in the article that said that Dante Moore was not taking any NIL deals or whatever the case may be. And that potentially is the case. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's lying. I'm certainly 1,000. Where's the camera? I am not saying that. But in today's day and age, where you do have transactional, situations, I'm not going to sit here and say Team A lost out to Team B for because they like football better there. Now it is a situation that I think you do have to consider. If you're getting $3-4 million here, like the kid from USC, for the wide receiver from USC, Jordan Addison, right?
Yep.
Oh, he chose USC over Pittsburgh. No, he didn't. No, he did not. He didn't choose USC over Pittsburgh.
His wallet did.
The dude is making more money than Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown with the Detroit Lions.
Plus, he's going to Southern California, Ryan.
No. I don't care.
I do.
That means nothing.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
He's going to play at Southern Cal, man.
What if Texas gave him $4 million?
Then he's going to Austin.
That's what I'm saying. So Southern California wouldn't matter.
It's still better than playing at Pitt.
Not if Pitt gave him $5 million.
Okay, then maybe he's staying at Pitt if that's his home.
But again, do you not understand the point
I do
I'm trying
understand.
to make?
I do.
We are sitting here saying that this player chose Oregon over Michigan. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're sitting there saying Jordan Addison chose USC over Pittsburgh. No, he didn't. He's making $3.5 million to go to USC. So I'm not sure these arguments that we had back in the day about who is winning or losing on the recruiting trail is an accurate argument to make anymore in 2022. I'm just not sure that these same arguments, Jim Harbaugh lost it. Maybe he didn't lose it.
Listen,
Maybe he just doesn't have the bag that other coaches have.
He's the guy that has spoken out saying, we're not doing that. So guess what? Now you got to sleep in that bed, Jim.
Fine.
Okay.
If that's
then sleep in that bed, Ryan.
Can we play it out first? Because again, I have had many classes at Michigan where we were top 5, top 10 and didn't do squat on the field. Zero. I'm old enough to remember when Penn State was coming to the Big Ten, and everybody thought there would be no team to ever win the Big Ten championship again other than Penn State.
I got you.
How many did they win? I think they won one off the bat, and then that was it for like 20 years. So I just don't think this is over for Michigan or Michigan State just because Ohio State's got some $13 million payroll, and then you're bringing USC and what's his name? The coach. Lincoln Riley don't want to play in the Big Ten.
No, he don't. He took that deal at the Pac-12 because he thought he was going to rule the roost. And he got a sweet deal and his own plane, which he now needs to get back over to the East Coast to recruit in New York now.
Yeah, if you want to criticize Jim Harbaugh for the NIL stuff, I get it. But to Ryan's point, though, you have to look at the optics from a player's perspective. Like, if I'm Dante Moore, why would I go to Michigan with J.J. McCarthy with 3 years left to play rather than Oregon, who has Bo Nix one more year for a senior year? Like, it just makes more sense, too, from an optics perspective. Like, hey, if I want to play immediately, why would I go, battle it out with J.J. McCarthy at Michigan? Number one, a guy who we don't even know is starting this year, doesn't have a guaranteed job, rather than going to Oregon and really competing with Bo Nix, a guy who played 3 years at Auburn, who's decent.
You have a great point, Jeff.
Makes more sense.
No question about that.
From a player's perspective. So I get the NIL stuff, but just from the optics, that's how that works.
I still don't like I don't like the look of it. I just
and that's
don't.
true. I mean, I get you too, but saying that he lost Dante Moore, and I get the NIL stuff, but maybe with a specific player, it might be more on the player making the decision.
I too think that's a great point, and I think it's worth pointing out too where college football is headed. Just another aspect of this story. Why would, aside from money now, why would top players want to go to a school that is not in one of these bigger conferences? I want to ask you about that. How much importance now, would Oregon or Washington or insert school here, Notre Dame, that is not involved in any of these conferences?
They will be,
i.e. the Big Ten or the SEC. If you're outside of those conferences, is it going to be a little bit harder to recruit as well? Is college football changing?
No doubt.
We'll get to that.